But our first story this morning takes us to the high altitudes of Flagstaff, Arizona, and the little town of Ganado. That's where Alvina Begay is a Navajo Indian marathon runner training for the 2008 Olympics in Beijing. She's also a registered dietitian. Alvina takes great pride in educating the Navajo community about the dangers of diabetes, a disease which hits the Navajo population particularly hard.
Okay, I'll see you guys in 15 minutes. My parents taught me that in the Navajo culture, it's important to get up early to greet the sun and scream as loud as you can so that the holy people will hear you and know who you are. You know, when the holy people hear your voice or they see you out running, you're blessed with a lot of different things. That was good. One thing that they also said was that getting up early in the morning teaches you discipline and it gives you strength.
Way better. That's much better.
A marathon is 26.2 miles. I've only done the marathon once, and I qualified for the Olympic trials, which will be held next April in Boston.
Try to drop hands a little bit. Alvina's shown tremendous improvement over the last year. You don't see that many people improve that much in that short a period of time. You just don't see it. It might have been. I've been a little choppy, yeah.
I'm definitely using this time to get stronger, to get faster. I have less than a year now to get ready for the Olympic trials. I really liked my nutrition classes in college, and I just decided to become a dietitian. One of the reasons I was really interested in working here is because you get a lot of your Native American population. For me to be able to work with Native Americans means a lot to me, especially with the high diabetes rate. One concern that I have with working particularly with the elderly who are diabetic is that they're already set in their ways as far as their diet. So, you know, getting them to change is a little bit difficult. Remember I told you that it's really important for you to eat foods that are high in calcium so you can have strong bones. If you don't have good calcium intake, you put yourself at risk for getting osteoporosis.
Beans.
Beans?
Beans are
My purpose in life comes to light when I go home to work on the Navajo reservation, because then I'm able to use my running and my diet education to motivate diabetics. Lately, I've noticed that there are a lot more younger kids that are obese and that are putting themselves at risk for getting diabetes, and that's really scary. It's a disease that they can control.
About a week ago, I sheared about 13 sheep and 14 goats.
Lately, I've been very hesitant about going home because ever since my running career has taken off, I feel like more people are definitely watching me. And, you know, there's some people that tell me that I need to behave or act a certain way because I'm a role model now.
I'm very protective of her. I, want her to maintain a low profile. She doesn't go out there and tell everybody that she's a world-class runner. I'm at 6,500 feet in elevation, and I feel very fortunate and I'm lucky to be able to have trained at altitude most of my life. So it's really important to me to have my parents say it's okay to run and compete and travel across the country despite some of the cultural restrictions. There's certain taboos about going past the Navajo reservation boundaries. I'm just hoping and praying that she's one of the top 3 to go to Beijing, China. I believe this was the race that she won the mile. And this is her little picture being a little girl when she was a baby. Yeah, and I'm really grateful that he came along because it takes pressure off me to have kids.
I'd like to just show people that it's very possible. I've really worked hard for where I've gotten. My parents taught me this Navajo phrase. It's ahwich ego, which means that every person has the power to create their own life through their decisions and choices. That's something that has always carried me throughout my life.
Even today, the Navajo tradition of running is still grounded in the belief that the gods settle many difficult questions with foot races. Through her work as a dietitian and a world-class runner, Alvina is offering new promise for her people. Her life's journey is full of twists and turns. She works very hard to make ends meet, paying for most of her own travel and accommodations, nutritional supplements, and training clothes. If you want to find out how you can help, please visit our New Morning website today.